What is up, people? And listen to that little Sega jingle. That's in like the beginning of almost every Sonic game. So obviously we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog, and this was the first Sonic game on the Sega Genesis. And first off, I'd like to thank VTS Productions for sponsoring me, and because I'm just a casual gamer who just wanted to start a gaming career, I guess you can say, on YouTube. And I had an unfortunate start early. I mean, I didn't really get very many subscribers at the time. I've had my channel out for like 2 to 3 months, and I only have like 19 subscribers. But I mean, I think it's a pretty good start, I guess. I mean, it's decent, not the best. I mean, I'm not like those other YouTubers getting like hundreds of subscribers overnight, you know. But anyways, the first stage we're at right now is called Green Hill Zone, and the way this game works is you get like 3 levels in each zone, and the 3rd level is always a boss stage. And right here, that huge ring that I jump into at the end of the level. If you have 50 rings, a giant ring will appear at the end of the level. You jump into it and you go to a bonus level, and you get the chance to obtain a Chaos Emerald, which in the Sonic world, I guess there are 7 Chaos Emeralds, and whoever has these emeralds can pretty much like, it's been said that like they can grant wishes, they can give you ultimate power, you can rule the world with them. But right now, this is like the first Sonic, so they haven't really established everything that the Chaos Emeralds can do. And you just collect them, and the only reason that you should collect them in this game is pretty much for the satisfactory and the happy ending, because everybody wants a happy ending. I mean, if you don't have a happy ending, then it just makes you want to kill yourself. And so yeah, I end up getting the Chaos Emeralds in the first 6 levels. As you see right there, if you get hit, you lose your rings. So you always have to have rings on hand, and you can collect the rings that like come out, like go everywhere after you get hit, and there's rings all over the stage. And right here is an invincibility power up. It gives you invincibility for a few seconds. And so yeah, I mean, it's a casual game. You have enemies trying to shoot you and hit you all the time, so you gotta always be aware, especially if you want to get those Chaos Emeralds at the end of the levels. And but this is just the first stage, so it's pretty simple. There's not as many enemies, and you'll see more obstacles to come once we get to the later levels. And so yeah, for those of you people who are like already fans of Sonic, you know who Sonic is and everything, and you've played all the games, but you haven't played the first game on the Genesis. Well, in this game, when you get the Chaos Emeralds, like I said, nothing really happens that's special. You just get the happy ending and the satisfactory of collecting all the emeralds. And in the other games, you would actually, like, after you get all of them, you would turn into Super Sonic. But unfortunately, in this game, they never established that yet. And for those of you other hardcore Sonic fans who are used to there being 7 Chaos Emeralds, in this game there are only 6. So it makes it a little bit simpler, and this game was made in simpler times. And yeah, so we just collected our 2nd Chaos Emerald, and whenever you collect them, they like flicker on the screen. So sometimes when I'm recording it, just like they won't show up. So I apologize for that. But sometimes YouTube changes like the recording a little bit, so you guys might be able to see it. I don't know, but I definitely know you will in the later ones, because I've watched over this recording a few times, and they do show up a little bit. It's just not as much as they would if you were like actually playing the game. But that's just because in the game they like flicker like crazy, and it's really kind of hard to see them. So but don't worry, you'll get to see them definitely. So yeah, we just hit an extra life, and we got that by hitting one of these red springs. The red springs, they usually send you a lot further than the yellow ones do. So yeah, you gotta kind of be careful though. Sometimes they'll like shoot you into spikes and stuff. And watch me crash through that wall right there. That's always good, I guess. We're coming up to the 3rd boss fight. I mean, not the 3rd boss fight, the 3rd level with the boss fight. And right here, if you jump right there, you'll hit an invincibility box, and there's really no point. I mean, this boss fight is the easiest one in the game, and that invincibility just breaks it. Like, it just makes it so pointless. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep hitting him, because that's pretty much the point of Eggman boss fights. And yes, this is pretty much Dr. Eggman. He's usually called Dr. Robotnik in the older days, but later on they established Eggman, and that's what I call him, is Eggman, because it was pretty much just like a kind of like a pun, sort of, in a way, about like the way he looks. So and all of his machines have the word egg in them usually, and yeah. So that's Dr. Eggman / Robotnik for you. And now we are at Marble Zone Act 1. And like I said, there are 3 acts in each stage. So Well, I never mentioned that they were called acts, but yeah, they're it kind of works out like a play in a way. So that rhymed, but yeah. So you gotta watch out for the lava in this level. The lava usually sometimes shoots up like fireballs, and uh, other than that, you just want to avoid falling in it because you will lose your rings, and it's hard to collect rings when you're in like inside a lava. And yeah, but a lot of people think this game is pretty much just like holding the right button, but it's really not. You have to be patient in a lot of parts, especially in this level. And I know that the majority of Sonic fans know that he is like one of the fastest, like I guess you can say, superheroes. But really in this game you have to be patient at a lot of levels. So yeah. So I apologize for any inconvenience. And this thing that I have around me right now is a shield. It protects me from enemies and any projectiles pretty much. It just pretty much takes a hit for me. So it's always good to have one of those, especially when you're going for the Chaos Emeralds, because it gives you a free hit without losing your rings. And yeah. So Marble Zone, it has a lot of going underground. I guess that's what it is, because it's kind of like you're in a dungeon, I guess. There's a lot of lava, like I mentioned before. There's these little stone pillars that you have to use to make your way up to the top to reach the surface. And then there's these little things that fall from the ceiling. They're kind of like chandeliers where they have spikes on them. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this level. At least, I mean, I'm not done with the commentary yet. But we're about to obtain our third Chaos Emerald, and you will see me play it a little bit safe until I do get all 6 of them. And yeah. So we're going to the third bonus stage, and I never mentioned how the bonus stages work. You're pretty much in a board that's just spinning a lot, and you have to make your way to the emerald. You really have no way of knowing the path unless you've played the game like me and you remember them. And if you get those little flashing things right there that say goal, it will instantly take you out of the bonus stage. Therefore, that means you fail to get the Chaos Emerald. And it's just, the board's always spinning. And there's these little things that look like mints, I guess, right there. And like some of them say up and some of them say down. If you hit the ones that say up, it makes the board spin faster. And if you hit the ones that say down, it spins slower. So there's these other ones these little round things that have a letter R on them. If you hit those, the boards are spinning in reverse, like reverse from the way that it's already spinning. So yeah, so I pretty much explained everything I need to explain. Later on, when we get to the levels, I'll explain like the concept of those levels. But trust me, we won't have much to explain, and I'll be able to talk about whatever I want in this game. And yeah, and right there you can see the Chaos Emeralds clearly. Maybe you might get to see all of them. I don't know. YouTube changes the recording, like the quality a lot, so I don't know. But, now we're in Marble Zone Act 2. It's the same thing as the first one, pretty much just a different layout, I guess you can say. It's got the same theme, all that good stuff, you know. In this level, after failing it many times in the past, I've realized that I need to collect every available ring I can get my hands on, because it's easy to get hit here. And the more rings you have, the more rings you can collect if you get hit. And I don't even think I take a hit in this level, so yeah. Like I said, I got all 6 of the Chaos Emeralds in the first levels that are available. And I forgot to mention, it is impossible to get a Chaos Emerald on a boss stage. So, there's not really any point in trying to play it safe on a boss stage unless you're just like suck at Sonic and you're trying not to die. But other than that, you can pretty much just rush through a boss stage. It's very simple. The bosses are very easy in this game. Since this was the first Sonic game, they didn't, put too much. They didn't make it like too hard. Like they didn't put a lot of effort into the bosses. They just made them easy. And the boss is always Eggman, so it's always the same guy, just different contraptions that he has and all those new tricks that he uses. And right here, we have to push this block into this lava and use the lava to cross this little lava sea, I guess you can call it. It's I don't know, it's pretty boring, just like waiting for it to get to where you're trying to get it to, and waiting for these waves to push you up whenever you have to get off. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've explained everything I need to explain so far. So yeah, I used to play this game a lot whenever I was like a kid, which technically I'm a kid because I'm 15. But when I was like 12, I had a GameCube, and I had Mega Man Anniversary Collection, Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic Gems collection and a lot of other GameCube games, but yeah, these classic games like Mega Man and Sonic, they always fascinated me, which was pretty cool, I guess, because if I wouldn't have ever got those games, I probably wouldn't be playing them to this day and doing Let's Plays and getting sponsored and stuff like that. So I mean, I did play GameCube a lot whenever I was a kid. Like, I even had Pokemon XD Gales of Darkness and Pokemon Coliseum. Those are always fun games. I was always a fan of Pokemon. I don't really play Pokemon that much these days, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. But yeah, if I wasn't really trying to work on getting Let's Plays and starting a YouTube channel, I probably would play a lot of Pokemon. But I don't really care. I'm not really a hardcore Pokemon fan anymore. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if you thought the commentary was too explanatory and boring, but I'll see you guys in a later commentary, and I'll try to be more entertaining, I guess. And see you later.